local business directory listings, they used to have a map that was right in the middle of the page, and it would actually list the different properties. And sometimes it does show that. It just depends on the search. So they're trying to, they understand the importance of when people do searches that it's generally locally focused. So making sure that you have your location or locations in the Google Maps online business directory, in superpages.com, in the Bing Maps listings, all the major online search directory, basically online yellow pages, to make sure you have your location, the correct phone number. You can also put an email address out there. You can put your website, and people can review. There's a whole bunch of really cool features to these online business directories, but I highly stress doing a little bit of homework and making sure that you're in all the right local business directories. And the organic results, which have a couple errors there. They're starting to mix the organic results and the local business directory results together, but you'll see the top error where it's pointing to Caldwell Banker Property Management, Tampa, Florida. That is a, interestingly enough, that's actually my old listing that I put out there, but from when I was with Caldwell. But so you can see that ideally you want to be in three major places. You want to be in the paid results, you want to be in the local business directory, and you want to be in the organic results, which are free. The organic results are a direct result of your search engine optimization strategy. Okay, the local business directories are free, but you have to go out and enter that information in or claim your location. And then search marketing, of course, you have to pay for. Are there any questions on that screen? Pretty straightforward. Okay. Mythbusters. Basically, there's a handful of things that some people will do or have done in the past that they think is actually helping their rankings. In this case, you'd be surprised. So number one, search engine submission. People talk about that. There are still companies out there that will charge you to submit your website to search engines. And if you ever talk to a search engine optimizer or a web developer that has that as an added value line item to whatever they're doing for you, or more importantly is charging you for that, you really should at least suspect that there's something wrong, whether it be a knowledge issue or that they're just trying to bilk you for extra money, whatever. Search engines proactively go out and scan all of the DNS servers out there, which point to all the different web servers on the planet, and will proactively go and get that information. You do not need to submit it. It's a complete waste of time. Number two, keyword meta tags is pretty much a thing in the past. However, I recommend at least doing it, but don't expect that to drive relevance to your page. And more importantly, make sure that you at least spend a little bit of time thinking about those keywords and make sure they're different on each page based off of what the content is on the page. If you start putting in keywords in the meta tags that don't have anything to do with the content that's actually on the page, that can hurt you, even though there's really not a lot of help that can be gotten from actually putting in good keywords. Another big one, this is a big one that we used to use back in the day, is keyword stuffing. And number four, hiding keywords. Good luck and busted, because the search engines are onto that. You can start just, like for instance, the location thing, I would highly recommend avoiding just putting and repeating all the different locations and towns and counties and so forth over and over in different ways on the page, because they will penalize you for that. And one of the old tricks in the old days, in the late 90s and the early 2000s, we used to actually create content and make it the same color as the background. So we'd have a white background website, and we'd create additional content in white letters. And nobody could see it, but the search engines did, and it would help your rankings. Doing that will also penalize you. Number five, the pay-per-click. A lot of people think that increasing your actual budget will help your organic or your free rankings, and that is an absolute myth. That is not the case. You can spend as much money. You can spend $1 million a day in pay-per-click, and I guarantee you Google will not give your organic results any preferential treatment. And no more cheesy link farms. Those link farms do not work. Google and all the major search engines have an index of all those. They know their IP addresses, And if you're linked to from rather one of those link farms, chances are it's hurting you. So before we get to the free tools, general question here, should I pay for an SEO professional? Essentially, if I recommend hiring one and managing that person if you have no idea what I've been talking about this whole time. If it seems something manageable, then I definitely recommend it, because an SEO can cost a lot of money. You might find one that'll do it for $500 a month, but chances are anyone that's worth the salt is $1,000 to $5,000 a month. Is pretty consistent across the board. So it's extremely expensive to have somebody not only devise and implement an initial SEO strategy, but to maintain that ongoing. So it kind of comes down to your willingness to jump in and just roll up your sleeves and do a little bit of research and learn it yourself. The free tools, this is one that really everybody should be using. There's a couple more that I'm going to show you that are kind of cool, but it should all start with the Google keyword tool. And there's also a traffic estimator. And the keyword tool is really helpful to type in the keywords that you think your target audience will be typing in when they're doing their research or their due diligence online. And it will give you two areas. It's going to give you global monthly searches and local monthly searches. Global is that. It's all the Google searches in the world. That's what it comes up with. The local is the U.S. only. Okay? So when it says local monthly searches, that doesn't mean Alpharetta, Georgia. It means literally the entire United States. So you have to kind of fractionalize that in your mind based off of the area that you're trying to appeal to. But what it will do is tell you what that broad search volume is. And in the cases of property managers or property management, you're looking at 1.5 million searches in the U.S. alone on a monthly basis. Now,
is this